you seen the honor that you're the ACC Linebacker of the Week?
Yeah, I actually just heard that not 5 minutes before I came here. My dad texted me and said congratulations. I didn't know what he was talking about, and I actually just found out. So it's pretty cool.
What is it like to start getting those kind of honors, at this point in your career?
It's definitely a blessing and a great honor. There's a lot of great linebackers in the ACC and all over the country, and to be recognized as one for the week, it's definitely a great honor and definitely proud of it.
How was Coach Venable's reaction to your game Saturday? What was his take to you?
Just that we still have a lot that we have to improve on. I know we all made our own mistakes, and I think the great teams learn from even the games that they win. So you just got to go back and always look to and always strive to get better, and always try to critique everything that you do. Even if you make a good play, there's always something that you can do better, and it's just never get complacent and try to find something that you can get better at and work to get better day to day.
You said you had a hand in the Gurley run, that you missed a gap or something. What happened?
Yeah, I definitely take responsibility for that long touchdown. I just got a little wide and a little flat-footed and got kicked out by the fullback, and it was definitely my play to make, and definitely take responsibility for that.
Was slightly of your other linebacker teammates, but Venables had high praise for you and Anthony today specifically. Where do you feel that you guys maybe kind of rank among linebacking tandems in the league, and do you feel like you guys are among the best?
I'm not really sure where we rank or anything like that, but I just know me and him work together extremely well, and we have great chemistry, and we seem to be able to help each other out on the field and definitely work well together. And we also have a lot of great backups and that are able to rotate in and keep us fresh, and we just have a great linebacking core overall.
I feel like maybe chemistry is sometimes underrated by people with the linebackers or on the defense. They always talk about it on the offensive line, receiver, quarterback, that type of thing, and maybe not as much when it comes to defense.
Yeah, they don't talk about it near as much when it comes to defense, but I definitely feel like it's a big thing out there, and being able to feel comfortable and trust the guy next to you is a huge thing in football. And me and Stephon have been able to build that chemistry, and it's when there's 80,000 people out there screaming, you can't hear each other, and the D-line can't hear your calls. To have multiple guys out there being able to communicate and be on the same page definitely helps out.
I think it was the second or third drive for Georgia when you were on the sideline for a decent portion of that. Just rotation going on, or?
Yeah, I believe it was just rotation. Just a lot of guys earned the right to play and have worked hard this offseason, and they try to reward that to the best they can and be able to rotate and keep guys fresh.
When you're having a game where you accumulate a lot of tackles like you did Saturday, is there part of you in the game that says, gosh, that was number 12, that was number 13, or are you just completely oblivious to it until you get the stat sheet and say, hey, there's 18 tackles?
I really don't pay attention to it at all. It's kind of just next play mentality, whether it's good or bad. If I make the tackle, I just get up and look for the next call and look for the next play and get lined up ready for that and just try to be my best on every play.
I think Coach Venable mentioned that, like you said, communication. There were guys that maybe a part of the field didn't know what was going on, didn't know the plays. Is that something you guys are working on this week, being more working on communication, make sure everybody knows what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. There were a few plays where whether or not it was a corner or linebacker or D lineman that just didn't get the call, and that's definitely something that we need to work on and make sure that everyone's checking the sideline and making the adjustments, and everyone's just paying attention and being locked on and trying to hear each other over the loud fans and all that. So that's definitely something we're going to have to improve on.
You had never really gotten your shot when Coach Venable's got here. What has he meant for your career, and what kind of linebackers coach is he?
Coach Venables is a great guy, and I've loved it ever since he's came here. Me and him have been able to build a great relationship, and I've been able to dedicate myself more to football and get more focused and locked on and transform my body. And I think it was just an overall of me getting more committed and that as far as being able to play. But me and Coach Venables have been able to build a great relationship and get along really well.
Is this the most fun you've had in a game in your career this past Saturday night? Did this one feel better?
Oh, it was incredible. I think this is the only game since I've been here that I've actually seen every seat taken up. Normally in the upper deck, there'll be the top corners will be a little empty or anything like this, but I couldn't even see the stairwells and the bottoms. People were just packed out, and it was an incredible game day experience, and the atmosphere was unbelievable.
How do you prepare mentally for a team like SC State after the UGA game?
It's the next game. We don't control who puts on our schedule. It's the same way we're going to prepare like we did for Georgia. You can't take any weeks off or anything like that. They're a great team, or South Carolina State has some great qualities. And as you saw this past week, there was 6 Division I AA teams that won, or 7, or whatever it was. And you can't take any team lightly, and you got to prepare every week as if it's the biggest game of the season, which this week it is.
How much is that stressed by the coaching staff at Clemson to you guys?
Oh, they do a great job of making sure that we don't take any weeks off, and they do a great job of emphasizing the importance of every game. And people will forget about last week's win if we lose this one right here real quick. So it's one of those things that you just got to step up, and we got to make a bigger impression than we did this past week. So we just got to continue to get better and make corrections.
Sweeney said you guys can choose discipline or regret. How disciplined is this team?
They're us or South Carolina State. I believe that we're becoming extremely disciplined. We're getting more guys locked on, and as long as we continue to recruit guys that are going to be committed, and then we continue to bring guys along, and they follow the leadership on this team, that I believe Clemson's going in the right places.
What would be the best right now? What's the best part of your game at this point?
Just me in general? Probably just my ability to communicate with my teammates and make sure everyone's on the same page, and try to be a leader off the field. And the game's always won before you even play it. It's how you prepare and how you watch film and how much time that you put into that. And I feel like I've been doing a great job as far as this first week with being prepared.
Instincts and anticipation of the play, reading keys. Do you feel like you're much further along there than you were say a year ago?
Yeah, I believe I am. I got a lot more experience under my belt, and being able to deal with the crowds and just being out there and having done it before. I feel like I'm definitely farther along now than I was this time last year.
When you guys reconvened, like a day after the game was over, was there kind of a collective sigh of relief that, okay, this one's over with, we got the win, because there was so much build up, and obviously the whole summer long you guys were looking to that one game? Yeah,
definitely. We always come in on Monday mornings and have early morning workout or meetings and watch the film, and it's definitely a sigh coming in, knowing that the game was over and knowing that we had won, and just kind of keeping our heads down and realizing that game's over, and we just got to go towards the next game and make the corrections that we need to and continue to get better.
So now, have you completely put that one behind you, or will maybe take another day of practice to kind of come down from all the hype and just the high of all that went into that ball game?
For me, I've moved on past it, just focusing on South Carolina State now, and it was a great win and definitely great for our program and where we want to take Clemson, and great for the seniors because we've came a long way from when we first got here towards to having such a big win, and I think it was one of the best experiences for me and all the seniors since we've been here at Clemson. But that's in the past now, and if we can't continue to reflect on that. We just got to look at that and just continue to get better and focus on South Carolina State.